Now, this had everything going against it, where you didn't need to be a reviewer to know that this would suck. You just watch the trailer and you know that this movie has nothing to offer you. Even if it was free, you wouldn't go there. Even if they paid you money, you would ask how much. So where do I even begin? There is this thing right now in American media, where they have declared war against heteronormativity. Like, I don't know what happened ever since Weinstein got arrested, but they just couldn't replace the man. They couldn't find another Weinstein that's not a criminal and is just as good at casting as Weinstein was, because they go out of their way in order to avoid casting beautiful women. Every now and then you may see like the Orville, where they do cast some beautiful actresses, but other than that, they try their best in order to avoid casting anything that's heteronormative. I'm willing to bet that they pay people money to tell them how to cast women that young men don't like. And when it comes to queer, like if you want to get fan service from American entertainment, you got to transition, right? Because you do see a lot of dicks and a lot of muscular men in TV shows. The last dick that I saw, I think it was in The Boys, where a superhero shrinks in size and jumps into another man's pee hole. Like that is actually on American television. Like that is something that they would show. And then House of the Dragon, there's a big willy in it as well. They don't show boobs though. Like, they go out of their way in order to make sure that they would never show a nipple, which is something that they used to do, by the way. Like, if you go back in time, not that long ago, like 10 years ago, like, American entertainment would have fan service for men and for women. But now if you want to get fan service, you got to transition. Like, it's on the table. Like, look, it's 2024, just go with the program, right? And this is intentional. Like basically, there are academic papers written on why they do this. So it's not just the fan service, but it's like they're making sure that the women they're casting are not going to be appealing at all for the opposite sex. Like, for instance, you're not going to get another Jennifer Lawrence, right? Like, you're not going to get another Hunger Games heroine anytime soon with this current culture. So what they do is usually they cast women that are on the age of 40 to 50, to the point where my wife was watching Wheel of Time, and she was like, why do they cast women like this? I'm like, what do you mean? Well, it makes no fucking sense. I mean, look at the men, you know, like, I'm salivating over them, like, perfect actors, 10 out of 10, and, like, why are they hanging around with these ladies? Like, they can have any woman they want in the universe, and they end up with these soccer moms. Like, what is the thing? Like, her immersion was broken, right? Like, the casting was so atrocious that it broke her immersion. And again, like, one of the reasons they do this is that they cast middle-aged ladies, but, like, in Borderlands, they went beyond that. Like they probably hired some of the best diversity and inclusivity people that they could find, because they hired actresses that are over the age of 60. Now, I'm not saying that actresses that are over the age of 60 shouldn't be in movies. Of course they should, but not in action movies. like, this is elderly abuse, I'm sorry, right? Like, it's one thing when you cast a lady that's the mentor, or you cast, like, someone's grandmother, or an advisor, or someone like that, that's fine. But this is an action movie with explosions and shit moving fast. You shouldn't even cast people that are the age of 30 in it. Like, everyone should be young like a football player. If they can't play football professionally, they shouldn't be in the movie. God. You know, to be honest, they're starting to do this with men, but, like, with men, they're doing it for a different reason. Like they did it with Harrison Ford. Like they dragged Harrison Ford from the elderly house and made him play in Indiana Jones. Again, elderly abuse. They do it with U.S. presidents, to be fair, so maybe it's, like, just part and parcel. But they do it with Keanu Reeves. And the reason for it is that they genuinely do not have new actors and they don't want to take a risk. Which begs the question, like, what will happen in 30 years from now when most of the actors that we know are going to be dead? Who are they going to cast? Are they going to use AI in order to replicate the image of Arnold Schwarzenegger and the others? Because I think they would. Like, it's so bizarre, man. Right, so With the men, they do that. With the women, they flat out refuse to cast new faces. It's almost like America is incapable of producing beautiful women anymore. Like, it was called a star, right? Like, what is a star? It's a person that you can't find anywhere else besides Hollywood. It's a person that's so beautiful, so gorgeous, and they can act, that it is a star. And now they don't have that. Now they need Gaur Gura to come in and sing at the Dodgers because they have absolutely no one else to do it. So the reason I'm even bringing it up is, like, this is an action movie, right? The plot doesn't really matter. I mean, look at Transformers. Do you guys remember Transformers? Did it have, like, amazing plot? No. Did it sell? Yes. How did it sell? Because it had Megan Fox. A lot of men are willing to just tune out and just, like, switch their brain off and just go and enjoy the thing. You can just enjoy the thing. It's kind of like Dragon Ball. You know, like, Dragon Ball doesn't have, like, deep, rich storyline with... No, it just have people fighting. And that's cool. And for some movies, it's okay, right? Like, some movies, yes, people appreciate if they have, like, deep plot that makes you think about it. Like that's fine. Like Inception, for instance, or Fight Club. Like, that's fine. But there are also movies that are perfectly okay if they're simple and they just have some actions and explosions and go ra-ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. Like, that's also fine. But in order to do that, you need to first know the target audience, which is mostly teenagers and young men that go to see these movies. And you need to have some level of sex appeal. Like, come on. You know, you need your Lawrences, you need your Megan Foxes, you need something there. And then not to mention, like, people are so sick and tired and disgusted of remakes and movies made after video games. Like, we had enough, just come up with something new. That, like, it has gotten to the point where the cope is that, well, we already made everything, so we don't know. That bullshit. Bullshit! Look at manga. Look at China. Look at South Korea. They're creating new things, right? It's not like, oh, well, everything was created. Yeah, no, it is disgusting. I do think that there are reasons for it. Number one, governments are actually giving tax breaks to movies that have inclusivity. And probably, like, part of the inclusivity is to have elderly people play in them. You do have, like, the consultants that also require you to have, like, diversity and shit. And it's very difficult to create like this. Like you already have, like, so many rules and regulations. And it's like, you're not creating an industrial product. Right? Like, you're not creating a car and you need all the safety features in order to... No, you're creating art. You should allow the artist to create. You should allow the artist to have the freedom to make whatever the fuck they want. But no, like, we're not going to get that. So until then, yeah, you're going to get 0% audience score. And the thing is, like, instead of the artist to actually struggle against the censorship, to actually try to push the limits, to push the area, they're actually complying with the censorship. And they're, you know, like, they're doubling down on it. And this is what happens. Like, I could have predicted that this is going to be shit. I didn't even have to wait for it to come out. I mean, again, it's an action movie. You're not going to get grandma coming in to watch the action movie, right? Like, most women that I know don't even like violence. So, who's going to watch it? Well, it's going to be teenage boys, right? Why would teenage boys watch this? They got the anime. I'm not going to come and see your 60-year-old grandmas, like, going around in cars and running away from explosions and shit. Not to mention the video game itself is not that popular anymore. But anyway, right, let me know what you guys think. I'm genuinely curious if anyone has seen the movie or Vegeta and Goku can go fight in the cinema because it's an empty place and they're not going to hurt anyone. Let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.